How y'all doing, YouTubers? This is your boy Lavelle Carter of the Carter Brothers. Um, Not in the best of moods today because of Stan Lee passing away. Stan Lee, to me, was like a very inspirational person. You know, in the comic book community, he was like the man, like truly, like personality wise. I mean, I didn't know him personally, but personality wise, from what I can tell, he's a good guy, you know. And Stan Lee, in my opinion, was like, it's hard for me to explain it, but Stan Lee to me, and like I said, I don't know the man personally. I wish I could have met him. I actually had two opportunities. I could have met Stan Lee, but unfortunately, didn't work out that way. Um, Work and other things kind of kept me from being able to see the man like I wanted to. But basically, to me, Stan Lee was a great guy, you know, and the characters he created, in my opinion, was very. It was more than just him just making these characters. You know, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, you know, Black Panther. All these different characters was like, it was a part of who he was. You know, he was truly a hero amongst all of the stuff that they put out. As far as these comic books, he was like a real life hero, where his ability to make these characters come to life, you know, on the pages of these comic books, and then the cartoons, the animated cartoons that he made. I mean, personally, I was a big fan of the Iron Man cartoon that came out in the 90s, you know, the Spider-Man cartoon from back in the day, from the 60s Spider-Man on over to the 90s Spider-Man. All of those cartoons were awesome. I got a lot of them in my own collection myself. I was very hardcore about collecting um, Marvel comic book cards and stuff. And he made these characters, but it was more than him just making the characters. He loved the characters. It was a part of him. And like me, I write short stories in my spare time whenever I can, and one day I do plan on publishing them and putting them out there, because I always felt that we needed more heroes out there, especially black superheroes. You know, a lot of different superheroes I felt really didn't get put out there because of the time that we were from. But you know, I'm not going to get sidetracked on that. This right now is about Stan Lee. Right now, Stan Lee, you know, he had died today, November 12th, 2018. And day after Veterans Day, you know, how crazy is that, you know? But he was a comic book veteran. um, he made a lot of people happy with the type of energy and the ability. I mean, from what I could tell, he went, well, from what I was always staying informed about a lot of the different stuff. He went to a lot of, you know, Comic-Cons, the conventions and stuff. He never ever turned down an autograph to autograph somebody something. I don't know if it was like maybe 5 or 6 months ago, they had actually said that Stan Lee was not going to be able to autograph people's stuff anymore, based off, I guess, health reasons. I knew right then and there, when they said that, I knew he was having, you know, some health issues, because Stan Lee always made time for his fans, autographs and all the other stuff. He would never turn it down. But now, with it being he was having these health issues, I could tell, like, wow, you know, maybe his days might be numbered, you know, because of these health issues. But I mean, for what I could tell, he lived a nice long life. I mean, the man passed away at 95 years old, and he made cameos in a lot of these different Marvel movies and stuff, and he actually was able to, do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He said the lines. He was a very lively senior citizen. I mean, he really kept himself, together, doing these different things, and it's a lot of people that's gonna really truly miss him, and I'm one of them. I hate that I had missed the opportunities to actually meet the man, behind Marvel's the Marvel universe or whatnot. And it's like, it's sad, it's sad to lose somebody you felt was just such an inspirational person, and from all of the people out there that are just as big into comics as I am, I feel bad for all of y'all having to lose somebody as great as Stan Lee. In this community, we, as comic book fans, were always like looking for somebody like Stan Lee to make these different stories, and he kept us going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of his stuff was taken over by other writers and stuff like that, but he built the foundation, and everybody else pretty much took up where he left off. So he even though he's dead, his work's gonna live on. He had a legacy, and now everybody can learn from what he did and be an inspiration to a lot of people who really want to have these heroes come to life, because being able to make heroes is not an easy thing to do, but it can be a very fun thing to do, especially if you creating characters is more, to me, being a writer, I can honestly say this, it's more than just creating these characters. You have to love these characters. All these if Stan Lee is anything like me, and me being a writer myself, I tell you this, those characters that I created were like a part of me. And I love those characters that I created. And I know that he loved and cared about every character he created. And to me, that says a lot about him, because it shows that he wanted to share these characters with the world so they can bring him the type of joy that he got from making them. The joy he had making the characters, he wanted to share that joy with the world. And guess what? He did it. You know what I'm saying? Marvel had actually went bankrupt, and that's why they had to spread out a lot of their characters, because they had to sell a lot of them. And at the time, Marvel was like, it was done. People thought Marvel was just going to be done. But it came back. And it came back strong. Disney, Marvel, Disney, when they bought Marvel, they took it to a whole new level with the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I didn't think it was even possible. But they made it happen. And I must say, they did an excellent job with it. And I hope they continue to do the great job that they're doing now. Honor the man, honor Stan Lee for the contribution he made to the world when he created these characters, and continue to give them the greatness that they deserve, because they all great characters. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Make Stan Lee be able to smile from heaven and know that his contribution he made to the world is still being shared with the world in a great way. And hopefully the comic books are still being made, good. And, that man had put his blood and sweat into that stuff. And he needs to have that stuff to be continued in a great way, so everybody knows just how great those heroes are. Because he himself was a great hero to the world of comics, and he's going to be truly missed. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. This is your boy, Lavelle Carter from the Carter Brothers, just telling y'all, Have a good one. Speak to y'all again.